sounds good. Hi, everyone. I guess we're on now.
I think we are.
Welcome to the Lawrence County Animal Hour. We have with us Ginger Morgan, who's director of the Lawrence County Animal Shelter.
Hello, everyone. I hope your Thanksgiving was wonderful
Fabulous.
and thankful.
And I'm Leanne Pettis with Friends of Lawrence County Animals. We're so glad you guys are joining us. And we also have with us Miss Sally, a return visit. Ginger, you want to tell us a little bit about this sweet pea?
I don't know why she's still at the shelter.
I don't
She's
either.
not showing her best side to the camera, I'll say. But
But look at the little tip on the tail on her tail.
exactly. You know, she's happy. You can tell. Tail's wagging.
Look at
Yes,
back
ma'am.
and forth. And she has a little
look, she
spot
wants
on
to
her
show off her
forehead, too.
sweater. Mm-hmm. So
She's in the holiday spirit.
she is in the holiday spirit, and she's in the loving spirit. She's been loving on me the whole time. So Sally is about somewhere between a year and two. She is a sweetheart. She's part lab and part, who
Sally.
knows, something else. And
We think it mostly lab.
oh yeah, she's probably 95%
95% lab, yeah.
And she's sweet as she can be. For dog friends, she's a little particular about her dog friends, but she loves people, as
And
you can
loves
tell.
children.
And she loves children.
And she loves her Aunt Ginger.
And she does. She does. And she will. She does settle down after a while.
Yeah, she usually is so settled, except she does love to play with the kiddos. Mm-hmm. When she was here last, she really had a good time.
Well, I'm glad we don't have any close-ups on here, so you can tell that she has licked off every bit of makeup I've ever thought about putting on in my entire life.
Well, she's just great. And she, before the program started, she was just sitting here so
She
calm.
was being so calm.
And then
so
all of a
sweet.
sudden, she's like, "Oh yeah,
Well,
I want Aunt Ginger's attention."
I think
and
it's
how long
because
has
I
she
talked
been
to
at the
that
shelter?
mint.
I think that was it. She thought it was a treat.
She has been at the shelter since, oh my gosh, probably sometime in June, maybe May.
Okay.
I remember she was found by a couple in Leoma that lived right off of 43.
Oh, so
and she
she's
hung
a
out
Leoma
there.
dog. Mm-hmm.
And she was very standoffish when I first met her.
Sally, what
She
happened?
wouldn't walk on the leash. I had to pick her up and put her in the back of my car.
What happened, Sally? You
But
had
she
just
says, I'm good
transformed.
now.
Yes.
I like to go for walks. Probably, you know, if anybody wanted to do a little jogging, she would probably be happy to do that as well.
So we think Sally is a year and a half.
About a year and a half, yeah.
And we also know that by the time she's been hanging around the shelter, she's become actually housebroken. She
Mm-hmm.
holds it until the next day when you go in and take her out for
Pretty
a walk.
much, yeah. You know, every once in a while she has an accident, but you know, we leave the shelter typically at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say she's the last one that gets walked then, and she might not get walked again until between 8 and 9 in the morning. Are you just going to be a goofball? Are you
She is just going to be a goofball today, and that's okay.
That's okay, but you can handle the show on your own because I got a heavy breather over here. I will say this: I'm doing my best to keep
She
her
is
tongue
really
out of my
performing.
mouth.
The last time she was just so settled and laid back.
She was
and you
laid back.
probably will be. She's saying,
She
"Where
really
is
is.
my treat?"
I think the smell of this mint that I put in my mouth has kind of gotten her all wound up. There
That's
you
okay.
go. There you go. There's
You are
sweet
such
girl.
a sweet girl and such a sweet pea. So I want to, before we get started, we have so much to talk about today. And again, there's only two of us, but we've got a lot to talk about.
I don't think that we've ever not had something to talk about.
I know.
Interesting or not, but
But it seems like there's just a lot of stuff to cover,
There's a lot.
which is good because there's a lot of things going on. But I do want to thank our sponsors, Story and Lee Parks Lumber Company and Hearing Services of Middle Tennessee. We cannot have this program without them. And again, I think the Lawrence County Animal Hour is terrific because it lets everybody know what's going on. And we've got some good things in store for next year to kind of amp it up, make it a little bit more exciting. Not that it's not exciting enough as it is, but, you know, even
life at
better.
the shelter is exciting
Yes.
every day. You never know what you're going to find.
Absolutely. So, again, thanks to our sponsors. If you do go in, please tell them how much you appreciate the fact that they are not only sponsors of the Lawrence County Animal Hour, but of all things animals. These organizations really do a lot and
They do.
support us behind the scenes, and we're so ever grateful. So, do you want to talk a little bit about, since we talked about Sally, a little bit about what's going on at the shelter? Any numbers you want to throw out to us?
I didn't check them, so don't, before I left the shelter.
That's okay. We're not going to hold you to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't hold me to it. But we've had a record number of adoptions this year, and particularly since probably August.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, I'm just throwing that out there, that with adoptions and transports, which is transporting dogs and puppies out to other rescues, typically in the north, but out of Tennessee.
Right.
I believe we're probably at 230 out.
That's
and
great.
last year we were at 109. And my goal at the first of this year was to move out 125. So I guess next year I need to look at goals
Up it
and
up.
set them,
That sounds wonderful.
and set them higher.
This
But
has been a good year.
it has
And-
been an extremely good year.
And the thing about it is right now, and again, the county shelter is a young project. So
Yes.
as many as you are getting out, there are others that are coming in. And
Yes.
so we just haven't gotten to that point yet to where it's leveling off. And we're still we still have a lot of animals. You want to talk about that?
We do still have a lot of animals. We have a ton of dogs. So right now we have probably, well, let's say it's tomorrow because we have 6 puppies that are leaving on transport.
Okay.
We'll have probably 127, and comfortably, really comfortably, especially with winter's on us.
Yes.
I think you have weather to talk about somewhere in this program, but it's pretty chilly. But so what we would like to be able to do is get everybody in.
Yes.
Right. And right now we still have a large part of our population is outside.
Right.
Now we have, and I know we're going to talk about it later, dog houses and hay and straw and all this stuff to keep them warm. But I would really like to get our numbers down so that everybody is inside.
Yes. And what does that look like for inside? Maximum capacity is around 70-ish. Comfortable?
Comfortably, like really comfortable,
Yeah.
it would be about 70.
Okay.
We can handle more
You can
than
handle
that.
more, but
Yeah,
yes.
because, some of the dogs don't want to be inside anyway.
Right.
And they're hairy, and so that's
And they're
okay for
Great
them to be.
Pyrenees, and they
Right.
or something like that, and they love being outside. Mm.
So, we can push those numbers a little bit with having some of them outside, but I would really prefer to have the 70.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere between 70 and 80 would be great.
So that means we have to
Adopt out about
50 more quickly without
Yeah.
anybody else coming in.
yes, and that's the that's
that
the
is
rub
the
on that.
challenge.
Yeah, that's the challenge
That's the challenge.
on that.
Well, we'll get there. I
We
mean,
will.
like
We're
anything, we will get there.
we're doing a lot with people who have strays come up or somebody dumped a dog or whatever. So we're trying to work with those people and to kind of get them in the shelter, those dogs in the shelter as we can. So we're getting them food, whatever they need to be comfortable with being able to care for that dog for a short period of time.
I think that's great. And it's an initiative that we are working on together, and it will continue to grow, is trying to keep dogs in with their forever families.
Or even with their temporary family
Or with
on
their
some of
temporary
these.
families
Because
when
if-
they're strays.
you know,
yes,
when
when
this-
somebody is nice enough to foster or keep the stray.
Right.
Yes.
So if they can keep them in their home, we will provide food for them and anything else they might need, because having them in the shelter is really there's so many issues with having too many dogs in the shelter. There's just a clean, trying to keep it clean, which we really work hard on keeping it clean. It cuts down the fewer animals you have, the fewer incidents of any type of diseases that might. Now she's tired.
Look at Sally.
She wore herself out.
Well, she just got excited again. It was the mint.
I think
she
it
got
was
excited.
The mint.
She's
or the fact that I have on black and she's blonde.
And,
I'm not sure.
Now she's down for the count. But you were mentioning about food, and that's one of the reasons why we all launched the kibble cupboard.
Correct.
Yes. And how is that going? You want to provide an update?
It started out pretty strong.
Okay.
And it's kind of dwindled.
Okay.
So because as a holiday came up, people were coming to get dog food from us. Then we're feeding our family, Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
But, if you could help with a bag of food, that'd be great. And so we have. So we kind of need to replenish what we've given away. And you don't have to donate a ton of food. A small bag of, a decent type food is better than no bags. So, even if you can do, I think they have 4-pound bags or 8-pound bags, something like that.
Okay.
The bigger bags are great, but we're going to have to break those down and put them into Ziploc bags or something, because we don't want to give somebody a 40-pound bag of dog food when they only have one dog. And that, that bag will then last them for 4 to 6 weeks probably. So,
what we might want to do, and we can work on it, is expanding the number of drop-off points. And maybe in different parts of the county to make it really easy and convenient for people. So we will get on that and then provide an updated list on Facebook for everybody. You can follow Friends of Lawrence County Animals or the Lawrence County-Lawrenceburg Animal Shelter. And we'll provide an update with the expanded list of drop-off points for everyone.
And the current places that you can drop off food, it's New Moon. The animal shelter at 815 Gaither, and the Pet Palace.
Speaking of the Pet Palace and everything that went on this past weekend, lots of fun. I understand. I was not there, but
you missed
I heard about it, and I missed it. Everybody seemed to have a wonderful time. Tell me a little bit, or tell us a little bit about it.
So we had volunteers that came out, and we entered our dogs in the pet parade. I hate to say that none of them won, but,
How did that work? Best of show?
I guess they just, as the dogs walked by, they picked the top 5, I think it was.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to do a little bit more I'm going to have to concentrate on the costumes a little bit better next year.
They all looked adorable.
Our dogs looked adorable.
They were cutie pies.
And if you missed it, if you're coming to the Christmas parade, we're in the parade with the dogs. So we're going to have Santa Dog. And, and the theme is rocking around the Christmas tree. So, hey, we have some of our volunteers are going to have on poodle skirts.
Wonderful.
And cute little jackets. And we're going to have Cash, because Cash is still at the shelter. We talk about Cash a lot. I don't know if he's been on the show or not. But,
yes, he has a long time ago. Maybe we need to bring Cash back out.
He's going to be Santa because he loves riding in the car.
Yes.
And we have a little side-by-side that we're going to put him in, and it's going to be decorated. So come out. Cash
is a red heeler mix for anybody who is interested.
Yes, and he would love to be, hey, if you drive around a lot and for work or whatever, and you can have a dog in the car with you, he is your man. He's your buddy.
He loves it.
Yeah, he'll share your French fries with you for sure.
Yeah, yes, he will. So he is going to be Santa. Well, that's great. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, because there's only one Santa.
Yes,
and can only be one Santa dog. So there's that.
And that's Cash. That is Cash. And for those of you who've followed us, Cash has been around for a very,
very long time.
And through no fault of his own.
No,
because he is an exceptional dog.
He is. I just love Cash. I can't, I love a lot of them, but I really do. I mean, Cash is like my buddy.
He's just one of a kind. Well, he's a sweet pea. And Ginger, if there's anybody interested in Sally, Sweet Sally, right now, who's passed out, or Cash, would you like to throw out your telephone number or any of our other 120-something dogs here at the shelter?
My number is 931-244-0265.
Again,
931-244-0265.
and let's talk about Home for the Holidays. That kind of leads into Home for the Holidays.
It does.
And it was so successful last year. We're launching it. You've launched it again this year.
Yeah. So we've launched it again. What Home for the Holidays is taking, just fostering one of our dogs, or if you're, feel like it, you can foster two. We'll make sure they get along. Send you some food. For the holidays, just get them out of the shelter. And we have a couple right now that come up every couple weeks, and they'll just check out a dog and have him for the weekend. They took Hercules. They've taken a couple of dogs.
That is wonderful.
And it lets us really see how they're going to act in a home, because we don't know. And the ones that we think are housebroken may or may not be. Luckily for these people, everybody that we've thought was housebroken they are housebroken. So you can do it for a weekend.
See
you can
how
take
they
them
are
for a
around
couple of
cats, for example.
Exactly. You can check them out just, for a couple of days. You can get a couple of weeks. If you want to, you can keep them through the holidays and let them see what Santa Claus is at your house, how that works. And if in between at any time you think you're going to keep them for a week and it doesn't work out, it's too much or overwhelming, or they don't fit in your home, in your current situation, they can always come back.
Absolutely. I think that's such a wonderful program. And last year, you did have a lot of people who took care of them through the holidays and brought them back. So they're able to do it again this year.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
And some people fell in love and they couldn't bring them back, so they adopted them.
And some people told their family and friends.
Exactly.
Hey,
and so
I've got
somebody
this
else.
dog.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It just gets them out and it gets them exposed to different environments and different people. And, we're not going to send you a dog that you're not going to be able to take to Tractor Supply with you if you feel like it, so you can take them out and get them out in the community and just get them some love.
I think that's great. Again,
I
if
know
they are interested, what do they need to do? Reach out to you?
Reach out to me, come by the shelter, call me. My number is 931-244-0265. Come by the shelter, just fill out a foster application and we can help you. She says, somebody come foster me, help you pick out a dog that we think is going to fit into your household. And if it doesn't, you can, bring it back and we can try another one.
Look at Sally's tail when you're
she
talking
says, come
about
see
it.
me, come get me, come get me.
But I will say this, she would be perfect for the holidays with children and a family. She's just absolutely great, and she would be thrilled to be there. And,
Yeah, she would be happy.
Well, today is Giving Tuesday.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
All right, so we have, what was it? Black Friday. You have Thanksgiving. Then you have Black Friday. Then you have Small Business Saturday. Then you have Cyber Monday. And then Giving Tuesday.
I don't know why they don't have Giving Tuesday, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Why do they have it the Tuesday after you've spent all your money?
Like everybody spent all their money. I agree. But today is actually Giving Tuesday. And that is for anybody to think about. Today is the day to possibly give to nonprofits.
Correct.
And Friends of Lawrence County Animals is the funding arm for the Lawrence County-Lawrenceburg Animal Shelter.
Yes.
So we actually have the link on our Facebook page. We made a post bright and early this morning.
And I shared it on our
Oh,
page.
good, with the link. So if you do, a small donation helps a lot of dogs.
I've worked in nonprofit for years. So I'm glad that you're the nonprofit part of this now. But, I've always heard, well, I don't have very much money. But, if you give $5.
Right. Every bit helps.
Every bit helps. $5 will buy us a bag of treats.
Yep. It certainly
And
will.
you know what? If you say, hey, get to your coworker, hey, I've got $5. I'm going to give it to, Friends of Lawrence County Animals so they can buy the dogs at the shelter some treats. And, you got 2 bags of treats. It all, every penny
matters so much.
Exactly. And it doesn't, if you don't have $5, if you have $3, it doesn't really, the amount, we're not stingy. Okay. So if you have $100 to give, we would appreciate it. But if you have $10 or $5, we appreciate that too. So
Absolutely.
don't think that, well, because you don't have a lot to give, that it's not going to matter. It all matters to us.
Absolutely. I mean, every dollar matters.
Yep.
So we have our link, and then we're also, you can go to our website, which is www.folcatn.org. And then there is the option to donate on the website as well. So,
Made it easy.
Made it easy, absolutely. So today is Giving Tuesday after, what is it?
After
Cyber
Black
Monday,
Friday,
Black
Cyber
Friday.
Monday.
Yes. So did you do any shopping at all?
Well,
Online, perhaps?
I did not, but Saturday I ran over to PetSmart bright and early and bought some outfits for the dogs to wear at the pet parade on Saturday night. So maybe that was the reason why we didn't win, because it was last minute. But and then they're going to wear some of them.
I saw they looked cute, and then some of them had the Adopt Me vest on, which kind of covered, but at least it got the message out. Hey,
Yeah, well, and it kept them warm, and the vest kind of kept them dry because it rained a little bit the other night.
It did miss, didn't it? Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, and
I was beginning to feel like the postman. Rain, sleet.
and we'll talk more about the weather coming up, because it has been quite dreary and quite cold. But the dog houses, I know we did the dog house campaign, and of course, you know me, I go off the agenda that we have prepared, but why not?
I think I saw dog houses somewhere on here.
Oh, okay,
so.
that's good. Give us, I know that, you made the request for dog houses, especially because cold weather was coming up. So many dogs were outside. We're so over capacity right now. So tell us where we are with the dog house campaign. People really came forward, didn't they?
Yeah, a lot of people came forward. We used a lot of those blue barrels.
Yes.
And then there were some of them we could cut out, and we made little like lips over the top, so it had like a little roof, and the dogs could stick their head out and look around. And those have worked out really well. We had people donate actual dog houses, and we had people give us money to purchase dog houses, or they brought us hay and straw to put out in the dog houses that we had. And we also, and I put it all over our Facebook page, but the school, the Summertown High School, they built, I can't remember if I say the name of that class, I should have written it down, because it's, anyway, it's the shop class and the organizations that they deal with. They built 3 dog houses that kind of go nest up together. So it kind of shares a roof.
I saw the picture. I thought it was so cool.
It is. It looks really good.
So it's like a little community.
Yeah, it's like a little triplex instead of a duplex. It's like a triplex. It's really cute. We might have to make a few modifications to them because they have shingle roofing, just like a house. Well, dogs don't typically get on your roofs at your house, but they can get on the roofs of these, and I think they've decided to use it a little bit to chew on.
Oh, okay, there we
So
go.
we may have to change the material for that, or maybe spray it with that. What is that stuff called? Fooey or something like that. That'll keep them from chewing. And that stuff is disgusting, by the way. I got some on my hand one time and didn't realize.
And what is it called? Fooey?
It's called Fooey. There's something called bitter apple.
Oh, I've heard of bitter apple, yes.
But it's just it's horrible. I mean, I remember washing my hands, and probably an hour later I did like this, and I got it on my lips. That stuff is disgusting. Anyway, so if you have puppies that you need to keep them from chewing on something, the Fooey or bitter apple, either one will work. But I digress. We were talking about dog houses.
Yes,
not
you
chewing
have
puppies.
like the triplex.
Yeah, we have the triplex.
So unique.
And the class is going to continue to build more dog houses. I think they were going to do like 20.
Great.
And Parks Lumber, which is a sponsor of this show, also donated a lot of material for the dog houses.
That's wonderful.
So that made it
great.
really easy, for the school to say yes, because they didn't have to, nobody was out really any expense on materials. So that's great.
That's great. I'm so glad. So, do we still need dog houses right now? I know.
I think we're good on dog houses right now,
Okay.
depending on how many they decide to chew over the weekend.
Well, that's true. So, do we know what we're replacing the shingles with, the modification?
I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to
Drew.
Huh?
Drew?
Oh no, Drew is no longer at the shelter.
He's a member of your team, and so he. Oh, okay.
No, he was one of the trustees, and he got out.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday. So good for him. We wish him a ton of luck, and we're already missing him.
I know you are, because you've got quite a team there, and it's just
we do, and it's we have the trustees that come and help us, and we're all kind of like one big family. We have fun. We're in there doing the hard work, and I should say they're in there doing the hard work, because I don't have to do that so much anymore. Not that I mind doing it, but I'm typically trying to get adoptions.
There's just a lot of things going on.
Food. There's just so much, and sometimes I do actually miss doing that, because I get to play with the dogs while I'm cleaning their kennels.
And you also mentioned that every member of your team, which I think is so important, has their area of focus.
Yes.
And I think that's so important to a highly functioning team,
Yes.
don't you think?
I really do. It kind of right now it works really well. We have somebody that's way more computer savvy than I am, and then we have someone who takes care of the meds, make sure the dogs have all their vaccinations, that they're dewormed. And then we have somebody who I call the enrichment coordinator.
Yes.
Make sure that at the end of the day, all the dogs have all those Benabones that were donated last year. They're pretty indestructible, by the way. And, maybe a Kong or something. We put some peanut butter in there.
And walking, making sure.
Right, making sure that they're walked, making sure that, we use a lot of water at the shelter, and it's hard to make sure that at the end of the day that all the kennels are dry. So we make sure that that's dry, so that their pads don't stay wet and then get chafed and all that. They'll get really sore that way. And make sure we have our list of dogs that need to be walked, and we check them off, as best we can to go through. And we could really use some more volunteers to walk our dogs. Some people, and you don't have to come out for an hour or two. Because let me tell you, because sometimes I can walk dogs for an hour or two, and sometimes, depending on the dog I'm walking, it might be 15 minutes. I'm like, "Ooh, I'm done with this."
Oh, you just kind of went directly into our next thing that we wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay,
you didn't even plan it. It just
maybe I should keep up with the agenda.
No, because you're doing a great job. You don't even have to look at it. So we are having a volunteer meeting December the 9th, 5:30, and it was going to be here at WLX, but now it has changed to the Lawrenceburg City Police Station.
Okay.
So still very conveniently located, centrally located, I should say, for everybody.
Should I make sure I don't have any outstanding warrants?
No, everybody will be friendly. Everything's going to be friendly. Yes, yes, yes. But we're really excited about that. And you mentioned there's so much that we still need. Both at Folka in the shelter, we work so closely together and arm. It's almost like we're the same, but yet we have different areas of focus, basically.
Right, and we have different volunteer needs.
And different volunteer needs, absolutely. So one of those, and one of the main reasons, is shelter support. So if you're interested in supporting the shelter and being at the shelter, Ginger, do you want to speak a little to what you really need, from adoption events on to walking dogs?
For every adoption event that we have, typically they're not at the shelter, they're off-site. So we need people to take our dogs there or meet me there. I can pretty much transport most that we're going to take to an adoption event, but we need somebody at the event to help set up. We need somebody to help take stuff down. We need somebody to just pay attention to the dogs that we have there at the event. And, we tell people about, if you're walking a dog, let's say, Leanne, you're walking Sally and you've never met her. I'm going to give you a rundown on Sally. So if anybody walks up, you have something to initially start a conversation with, and then I can pick in, kind of come in and kind of fill in the gaps that you might have. So we're not going to just leave you there like, oh, this is Sally,
Right. Yeah.
So we're going to give you some information. And so we need people to do that. We need people to come to the shelter to walk the dogs before we go to an adoption event. Because it's, as if you started watching this in the beginning, Sally was pretty excited. Now she's worn out.
Yeah, Sally's passed out. What'd she have? 5 minutes of glory. And
exactly.
Then,
yeah. She had 5 minutes to get her hair all over me.
Yeah,
and then that was that. So we need people earlier, like I said, to walk the dogs. And it doesn't have to be a long time. We have a trail out there at the shelter we're so fortunate to have. It's about a quarter of a mile.
A great walking trail, isn't
and
it?
You can walk them around there, once or twice. There are the dog parks, and when the public is not using them, we will use them. Let the dogs play. Sometimes we can have a couple of dogs playing together out at the dog park. They like to play fetch. If you can get them to bring the ball or whatever it is back to you, good for you. And yeah, but they like to play, oh, Ginger, throw the ball and then chase me to get it back from me, because I'm not bringing it to you.
And eventually, when we get the numbers down at the shelter, play yard monitors or supervision.
Exactly. But right now we have, dogs in those areas, so there's not much where they could still use monitors. But
yes.
For the most part right now, we're okay with that. But, just taking them, you can just, if you don't feel like walking, you can just take your dog to the dog park.
Yes.
Down there and just let them run around and sniff. That wears them out sometimes just as much as if you had walked them a mile around that.
Yes.
Because the sniffing is kind of a form of enrichment, and then it plays with their mind. And a lot of time, mind games for a dog can be just as tiring as if you ran them 3 miles.
Yes. So that's a good point for people who are unable to walk dogs. Maybe they can just take a dog, go up to the dog park, which isn't very far, or maybe a member of your staff could meet them at the dog park, and then they can watch. Yeah,
there have been times where I've let I've walked with somebody up there. I've walked the dog up there if the person couldn't, or typically it's more me being overly cautious about things, but that's just my personality when it comes to the dogs. And I've walked them up there, and then I've just given them my cell number and said, hey, give me a call when you're done or you want to switch out, and I'll just switch out with another dog and go up there. So I try to make it easy as easy on the volunteers as I possibly can because you're doing us a huge favor just by loving on the dogs.
Oh yeah, that it makes such a difference.
And we have some dogs that, you know what, that's all they want. You can sit outside or, well, now it's kind of chilly, but, we'll give you a blanket.
Yes.
And just
yes,
and sit outside and just love on them and or brush them. We have a little in our laundry room. You can go in there and brush the dogs. It's warm, so
if you had, what's the smallest amount of time? Even if you had 30 minutes, maybe.
Even if you only had 15, if you wanted to come in and grab a dog and walk
So if it's your lunch hour, you finish lunch, you have about 15 extra minutes. You can go by the shelter.
And we had a lady back in the spring and summer that did that. When her job allowed it, she was somewhat flexible. So she would go get lunch or bring her lunch, whatever she did for lunch, and she would eat it. And then she would get one of our dogs or puppies, a grown dog or a puppy that needed to be socialized. And then she would mess with just, one or two for the next 15, 20 minutes. So she had to go back to work.
That's great.
And that's especially good for puppies because they need to meet so many different people and be held by different people. Puppies are just, they're work. Puppies are a lot of work.
Yes, they are.
To make sure that they grow up to be an exceptional adult dog.
So we have dog walking, we have socialization, you have play yard supervision maybe for next year, we have adoption events, foster care.
Yeah,
That's also being a volunteer and being a foster, and then transport. So many, we can have long hauls, which we're hoping to do soon.
Yes.
Or in many cases, it's a short drive to Nashville.
Right. Well, we have somebody going to Columbia in the morning, so.
Yes, to deliver 5 puppies. It could be to Columbia or throughout Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested in doing that, and usually you have the kennels that you provide.
We
based
provide
on
the kennel.
Yes. And you just put them in your car or your SUV.
Right.
Depending on the size of the dog.
The person who's volunteering to transport.
Yes. And just take them right up there.
Yep.
And deliver them. And that is so needed as well. Then is there anything else regarding shelter support that you can think of?
Well, the other thing is we're doing laundry constantly.
Yes.
And apparently other people at the shelter are just like me. I don't mind washing the clothes, drying the clothes, taking the clothes out and putting them in a hamper or something. It's the folding of the clothes that we seem to have a problem with.
Is that a team thing? The folding?
The folding thing.
The folding.
Yeah, I think we're, as our team, I think we're pretty much.
You want to move it ahead.
Yeah.
You want to move it quickly.
Exactly.
And folding just takes a little bit more time.
Exactly. So a lot of times I'll just go in there and, if we have a coffee maker in there, so if somebody's making coffee, I'll go in there and fold clothes and talk to them while I'm, we'll discuss some dog or something while I'm folding some of the towels and things.
Oh, so if you're great at folding,
you don't even have to be great. It can be, you see these.
If you can
fold. Yeah, you see these TikTok and Facebook posts where, here's how you fold the perfect fitted sheet. And then you see how the person just goes, and that's even good for me.
Yes. I think
just one single towel, wadded up.
Laundry, all right, washing dishes. Now, I know we have a commercial dishwasher now, thank goodness, which has really made a difference, hasn't it?
Yes, it sure has.
And so anybody who's interested in washing dishes, it's pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah, you just have to rinse them off, load them in, let them,
just
pull the thing down. It takes about...
And the cycle is short.
It's like 2 or 3 minutes, I think.
That is amazing.
It seems like it's like the pot of water that never boils.
Right.
If I want something that I have put in there to come out clean and I'm waiting for it.
You're saying those 3 minutes last forever?
They're forever.
Yeah,
it's like a good 30 minutes while I'm standing there. And I'll go, look, I'll even go fold some of those towels and come back and it's still going.
So if you would like to spend your time I think that's great too.
Yeah.
And you have the patience to sit there for 3 minutes or,
Yeah.
that would be great. You can also wash dog bowls. It's primarily dog bowls, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we do have some cats out there, so there are a couple of cat bowls, but we don't have cats at the shelter. We don't house cats, but apparently in the neighborhood, there are cats who realize that we will feed them if they come to us. So
that is just incredible.
So the funny thing is, so we've got this, we've got a couple of cats, and some of them are friendly, some are not. So we're trying to catch them and do the responsible thing.
Spay neuter.
And spay and neuter. So we take one of our shelter campus cats to be spayed. And when I picked her up, I had this little note from the vet that examined her that said that she was overweight and I should make an appointment with my regular veterinarian to talk about weight control for the cat. And I'm telling
that's
you,
great. I think
I laughed and laughed and laughed. I said, oh my gosh, they're fat shaming the strike.
Yeah. Well, that means that at least she's well fed.
That just goes to show you we are feeding everything out there. And apparently we were feeding a possum out there was eating the cat food too. So, hey,
it is what it is.
We don't adopt out cats or possums, but if you would like to come and...
Yes. Because there are a couple of friendlies out there, correct?
Oh, yeah. One of them actually went home with Lori, who was on the show, one of the volunteers. When Lori got in her car, the cat would not get out.
Oh, okay.
And sat in her lap, and the cat went home for an overnight foster care, I guess.
I think that's great. So in addition to everything that's going on in shelter that we term shelter support, if you would like to volunteer, that would be great. We also have other things. It depends on where your passion is. Don't you think it is? What intrigues you the most, that's where you're going to put in, the most of your time.
You can clean. You can help build dog houses. You can, look around. We've had a lot of, with the trustees, they've done a lot of extra maintenance and things. And you can look to see what, walk around and say, hey, I can fix that. Or, hey, I can come sweep off the front porch because, you need to keep your front porch clean. So everything looks nice. And sometimes that's not as easy said as done.
Right.
Easy done as said, I should say.
So something else is our SNPs program. Mm-hmm. Spay Neuter is a positive solution. We love that program. It has been so successful. We would love to have volunteers. And again, there's lots of things to do to be on the SNPs committee. You can screen, which is so vital to help people. You ask a series of questions based on, how they answer. There's usually always a copay that is involved. That is so helpful if you want to screen. We also have spay neuter clinics. Mm-hmm. So those are really a lot of fun too. You show up very early in the morning and
that was a little...
It's kind of fun, even in the winter. You zip up your parka and everybody has their coffee and you've got everybody lining up, depositing their cat or dog.
What time does Cozy Cabin open?
Hey, Cozy Cabin does not open that early. I think we had to be out. We were out really, I think, to set up. It's really early. Or,
but there are a lot of people who are early risers.
Yes.
And you know what? We don't even care whether you've showered, you have lipstick on, or put makeup on, or anything.
No. It's all fun. And, of course, we transport the animals to our partner, Casa, in Columbia. And then if you're not a morning person, you can work in the afternoons. So we have that.
Yes.
We have that too.
You're making me think of morning. Now it's making me sleepy.
I know. I know. I saw that. I'm like, okay, don't do that. I'm going to yawn too.
It's making me so tired.
So we have different options. You can screen with SNPs. You can help with the clinics bright and early in the morning, which is a lot of fun, and in the afternoon too. It's a great group of people. Everybody has fun doing it. And at the end of the day, it is so rewarding.
It is really, and I've volunteered, I think, in the morning and in the afternoon. For some reason, the older I get, the earlier I wake up in the morning, so it didn't really bother me. But it's nice to see that the clinics are always full.
Yes.
Yes. The people are there. I don't think anybody misses those appointments.
No, and everybody is there. I mean, it is great. We have such a great community, and everybody wants to do the responsible thing and get their animals spayed and neutered. So if you want to be a part of that, that is another option as well. We also have events, and we have our annual an evening with friends at Sunshine Farms, which is going to be the last weekend in August, I think, next year. We have it.
So now last year after you did it, you're like, oh, I don't know.
I say that every year.
But now you already have a date, so this is good.
We're in, because it is such a wonderful event.
It is, and it's so relaxed and it's so peaceful.
We only talk about that right after the event, after we're looking, going, but it is so wonderful. That does not last that long, because the feelings are just seeing the community come together and everybody working so hard. So we have, for example, with an evening with friends, we have an auction items committee. We have a salad committee. We have a condiment committee.
You have a tea committee.
We have so much fun. We really do. And so and that is just one event. We have the Mary Market. We have a lot of events that we do jointly with you. Great events throughout the year. A lot of it's community engagement. For example, over Halloween, we were able to do something at First Baptist Church. I can't think of the exact name of the event.
Oh, I don't remember what it was either. I wasn't at that.
It was a great event. Yeah. I was actually there, and it was great. There's also, when the airport has an open house, we're always out there, and we could do more with more volunteers. So if you are interested, that would be great.
And on the flip side of that, if your church, your place of business, you're having an event, and it's something that you think that the animal shelter could be at with our dogs, that would be great, because we have dogs that get along with people, kids, everything that we can bring out. We have gone to several of the United Church events. I think we missed one last May. It was supposed to rain, and then it wound up not raining. So rain or shine, we're going to be. Let me tell you, if we walked in the pet parade the other night and it was sleeting on us, we're doing in May. We're going to do.
And that is a good point. We have talked about this. And again, it depends upon the amount of volunteers that we have, but to do a church initiative. And it's like you said, to partner with more churches and have shelter dogs that are there that can participate, because there's so many families. And it's just connecting to the community and through the churches is a wonderful way of doing that.
It sure is. I know. I want to say that the Easter event that we did at Rotary Park in connection with United Church, we adopted out 8 dogs that day. And I think that's the largest event, and how many that since incredible. I've been there, that we've dogs that we've adopted out in one day. And then people came in that had seen us at the at Rotary Park that came in later in the week.
And it's such enrichment for the families to actually have a pet. I mean, so it works well for everyone, which is fabulous. So if you are interested in even volunteering for the church initiatives, or like you said, if you're interested in your church being a part of that, please reach out to us. We would love to work with you about that. One other area is grant writing. We can never have enough grant writers. Absolutely. You can either do research to find out new grants that are out there. So if you are interested in grant writing, maybe you don't have a lot of time to get outside of your house, but that's something that you can do
from home.
Right. If you have a computer or your phone and
research grants, spay neuters,
absolutely.
For shelter food programs.
Yes, lots of things going
shelter
on.
Vaccine programs. That's one of the other things that when you adopt a dog from us, it is fully vaccinated. And it's microchipped. And then if it's not already spayed or neutered, it will be when it's age appropriate or when we can first available appointment that we can get with the vet after you adopt them. And currently the adoption fee is only $20. Now at the first of the year, it's going to go back up. It was $75. I think we're going to go back up to $50.
Okay.
So
and look, $20 for Sally. You can't.
Yeah, $20 for Sally. That is a bargain.
Kibble Cupboard. We might end up having volunteers that can specifically work on that program because we do want to expand and grow that program. Education. I cannot tell you. We read to 650 students this year and really need to expand for next year. If you are interested in reading to elementary school students, please let us know and come out to the volunteer meeting. That would be great. Transport, again, we always need volunteers for transport, whether it's up to Nashville, throughout Middle Tennessee, or up north or to the Midwest.
One of the things, again, that I forgot to mention was we are going to do a little, I'm going to call it an open house on December 14th from 2 to 4. So if you're interested in the home for the holidays and fostering a dog or adopting, you can come up to the shelter during that time and we'll be all prepared for you to pick out a dog. We can show you whatever dog that you want. And I think we're going to have some hot chocolate, maybe some cookies or something. But we would love for you to come up, meet us if you haven't. And then you can, just see if you want to pick out a dog that you want to foster.
Oh, that's great. That's a great opportunity. And that's wonderful. I did not want to leave out our feral cat initiative.
Oh, okay.
And that is also for people who are interested in our feral cat colonies, TNR, trap, neuter, and release. We have a small group of people, and we could always use more. It's a wonderful opportunity to make such a difference in Lawrence County. So if you are interested in that,
cats are a problem. The feral cats are a problem.
Yes, they just need to be spayed and neutered.
Exactly.
I mean,
good.
They can do whatever it is they want to do, and that's all they need. So we can prevent them from multiplying and help with disease. So it's all good. Again, that is December the 9th at 5:30. And it will be at the City of Lawrenceburg Police Department. It will be on our Facebook page. We will go ahead and post it tomorrow. So that's good, along with December the 14th, which is the open house for the shelter.
For the shelter.
Yes. So December 9th, volunteer meeting. December 14th is the open house for the shelter. I do want to mention, we might, it's not definite yet, but we might have an opportunity for one more clinic, spay-neuter clinic.
By the end of the year?
By the end of the year. And we're looking at primarily dogs this time. So we will know more about that. And of course, we will post any information about that to our Facebook page once it's confirmed. But it looks like, you know,
That's
it might
exciting.
happen. It is. One more. So anytime we can make that happen, it's good.
So before Christmas, after Christmas?
It's going to be after Christmas.
See, so if you're getting a dog for Christmas.
Yep. There you go. So
there you go.
It's all good, and we will put it out there. So again, before we end, can you believe we just the two of us? We didn't have Beth here, and you know, we managed to
don't touch.
Yeah, we managed to talk. Which again, we have so many things, but I do want to thank our sponsors again: Story and Lee, Parks Lumber, and Hearing Services of Middle Tennessee. We're so thankful to have them. So please, again, thank them for us when you go into their establishments. We could not do it without them. And then we really hope that we see you next Tuesday at our volunteer meeting, December the 9th, 5:30. And that will be at the City of Lawrenceburg Police Department. So thanks again for having us and listening. And thank you, Sally, for participating. Thank you all. We'll see you next week.
And there you go.
Oh, my God.